Hey guys, I figured now would be a good time to talk about ice dams since it's about that time of year where they're going to start forming on some people's roofs. So we'll talk about what they are, what causes them, and what you can do to prevent them on your roof. So I'm going to try to make a little house here out of my super fancy table coasters so that you guys know what part of the roof I'm talking about. So here is your house and here is your roof. And the parts of the roof that hang over this outside wall of the house, this is called the eave of the roof. The top part here where my middle finger is, this is called the ridge of the roof. And your ice dam is going to build up on the eave of the roof. And it's caused by heat escaping the house and going into the attic. And then that heats the part of the roof that is directly above the attic and the house, but it doesn't heat the part of the roof that hangs over the edge of the house or that outside wall of the house. So then any snow that is on the roof that is directly above the house and attic is going to be warmed up and melted, and that water runoff is going to run down the roof until it gets to the part that is not heated by the house and attic, and it's going to freeze, which will then build up and eventually cause your ice dam. If your ice dam is big enough and you still have water runoff coming down, it could come down and pool between the ice dam and the roof. And if that happens, that water is going to have to escape somewhere. So it might go up under the shingles and into the attic, or it could run down inside of the wall on that outside wall of the house. It could cause water damage to the drywall, moldy insulation. It could cause all sorts of issues that you don't want to have to deal with. So you just want to try to do what you can to prevent the ice dams altogether. So how can you prevent the ice dams? You have to prevent heat loss from the house into the attic. Your attic is meant to keep your house warm. Your house is not meant to keep your attic warm or heated. So anywhere where air can flow from the house to the attic needs to be properly sealed and insulated. The most common places for that would be your actual attic access. It could be light fixtures, exhaust fans like in your bathroom and in your kitchen above your stove, chimneys if you have a wood burning fireplace and your chimney goes up through the attic. Any spot where heat is supposed to be, or air is supposed to be brought from the house through the attic and out the roof ventilation could accidentally be escaping into the attic. So you need to make sure all of those holes are sealed. You want to make sure you have enough insulation in your attic in general to keep the heat in the house and not getting into the attic. Another thing you could do, once you make sure you have everything sealed up and insulated, and if you still have issues, then you could do like heated cables along the bottom part of your roof to melt any ice or keep the water from freezing along the eave of the roof. Another thing you can do, like today we're supposed to get a lot of snow, so some people try to pull down the snow from the bottom like foot or two of the roof. You can just get one of those like metal snow roof rakes and just you can stand on the ground and stick it up there and pull the snow off the roof. But you want to be careful with those because you don't want to be scraping the shingles when you do that. If you're going to use a rake or a snow rake to get snow off the roof, you want to make sure that you're not going all the way down to the shingles before you drag that snow off. You want to stay like an inch or two away from the shingles and just drag any snow above that off because you don't want to be scraping your shingles. They're very delicate and that will damage them, and then they won't be able to protect your roof and your house. So those are a few things that you can do to prevent the heat from escaping into the attic or the ice and snow and water runoff from building up on the eaves of the roof. It's a common issue if you see icicles hanging off the roof. I know they're pretty, but they're not a good sign. So you want to make sure you don't have any heat going into your attic because that could cause a lot of issues in your home. Thanks, guys.